Hello everyone, welcome to AduTrade. Sorry I could not post a video yesterday. For today's analysis I was a little busy with some personal work. So I'm posting this video. This video will be a little detailed, so please watch till end. It will be slightly longer. We have 3 days to watch. Tomorrow Friday is a trading holiday due to Ganesha festival. The next trading day will be on Monday. So we have good 3 days to watch. So I'm going to make it a little more detailed on the price action and stuff. So what I've opened is the Banknifty 15 minutes chart, and all the levels that are marked is for the Monday trade, just preparing for the Monday trade, that is 13th September. We will see the 13th September possibilities. Before that, we'll just see a quick trade review of what happened today. Let me shift to a 5 minutes chart and just show you where we entered. See, today, because the CPR was slightly wide, it ended up being a pretty sideways day. The move was not that good for buying options, but we did get 2 or 3 chances here. The first chance was based on the CPR reversal logic. This weekend, if I get time, I'll be coming up with the CPR reversal logic video, so stay tuned. One of the logic states that if the price opens between the CPR and R1 or previous day high, there's a good chance we will either hit the previous day high, R1, and then come back to the pivot again. That's exactly what happened. We went up, we hit the previous day high, but we failed to take it out and started slipping. So right at this candle, right, the first red candle, we entered with the previous day high as the stop loss and booked a profit at this level. When we got this green candle, we knew the price might reverse from here, so book profits here. I'll be posting, I'll show you that screenshot in the end. We made a pretty decent profit. And there was another good selling opportunity was over here. See, I look for a rejection at a pivot level, either the pivot or R1 or previous day high, right? But here we got a nice rejection candle, but was not that convinced. So didn't go for this short. We avoided it. This is just one trade we took, but this was also a good shot on the downside. See, over here it would have been a pretty tricky trade. After coming here, we would have kept the target as S1, but it took support at this price action over here. See it took support here and remained sideways. So that's one thing to watch out for. It's not always the CPR pivots. Even if there's a strong support based on price action, we will have to exit. So if we had shorted here, we would have exited at this candle. After the red, we got a good green candle, right? At this candle, we would have exited because there's a good support even over here, where I'm marking right now, yesterday. So these were the 2 trade possibilities for buying options. For selling options, it was a good day. Probably people in the morning who sold 36,800 and probably around 36,000, even 500 put options would have made big money. Now coming to the trade possibilities for tomorrow, I'm going to shift back to a 15 minutes time frame, and this is the tomorrow CPR that I've already marked. This is the CPR value, this is the R1 and S1. So I'll just turn off this indicator so the chart will look clean. See, as of now, SGX Nifty is indicating a gap up of 56 points, but it's too early to take consideration of SGX Nifty because tomorrow we are closed. See, as of now, SGX Nifty is giving a gap up of 52 points, but it's pretty early to look at SGX Nifty because we are closed tomorrow. SGX Nifty will be traded in the world market. So depending on, as of now, we can't tell whether it's going to be a gap up or a gap down, but depending on the gap up or a gap down, we'll just see a few scenarios on the chart. One is we have a very strong support at this green zone that I've marked. Okay, that is between 36,580 to 36,500. This 80 points zone is a strong support. So in case for some reason we get a gap down until this is also the S1 of CPR. This is also the S1 of CPR, and we have the previous day low here. So this green zone, if we get a gap down between the CPR and this green zone, we might come towards this and have a good bounce on the upside. So that is the first possibility that I'm looking at. Considering the current scenario, as of now SGX Nifty is high, so just imagine even tomorrow the SGS Nifty and the world market go up. If we get a gap up, I would make use of this black trend line that I've put. Say if we get a gap up about somewhere between the CPR and R1, probably wait for this trend line to break and come and retest, and then probably see higher levels. That is one scenario. And the red lines are nothing but the resistance, right? So we'll have to be careful at this level, that is around 36,860. Then we have good resistance at 36,923. That's where previously we had a big sell-off, right? So we'll have to be careful here. And if we break all this, probably the next target would be this R2 of CPR. I'm just going to mark that. And then R3. I don't think we'll go until R3, but we'll never know. So we just have to keep everything marked and ready. So that is one possibility, where if we get a gap up and a break of this trend line, wait for possible retest of this trend line and then look for a long. And the other possibility is, say what if the gap up is small, say we get a gap up, see the black trend line is around 36,700-ish, right? Say we get a gap up right above the CPR. I'm just going to expand the screen. Right above the CPR, say we get a gap up somewhere over here, then probably I'll wait for a dip until the CPR pivot, probably some consolidation, and then we might see a good up move. That is also one entry that I'm looking for. See, this is very less likely the market is going to slip from here. I do feel, my personal view is we're going to go higher, probably touch 37,000 and 37,500 as well. But just in case the market starts slipping, right? So we need to be ready. Are we not going to trade if the market falls? No, I'll take a trade, but I'll be pretty cautious. And these are the levels on the downside. First, we have this support zone that needs to be taken out, which is a strong support zone. As I mentioned, that is 36,000, around 36,500. And we also have the S1 of CPR here, and S2 of CPR is coming in at 36,430. And for the lower levels is at 36,200. So I do have the levels marked even in case we start slipping. And what are the trade possibilities if we start going down, right? See, there's one possibility. If we gap down, we might take support at the CPR and come down until S1. This is also a possibility. And then probably later in the day, we might go up. That is also a possibility that I'm betting on. And another one is for the down move. See, say we get a gap up, we go until and take strong resistance over here. The previous day high and R1 are pretty close. Say we take a strong resistance from here, there's a good chance, depending on the global market, if they're bearish or anything, we might see a good sell-off. See, either way, if the move is up or down, but we'll have a trending day for sure based on the narrow CPR. So that's why I have all the levels marked. Either we move up or down, I should be able to enter and exit quickly. So this is based on the charts, the possible entries and exit. Let's just look at the open interest. I've opened Banknifty for 16 September. We have good resistance at 36,700 itself. So that's why I'm thinking we might, if the global market is bullish, right, there might be I'll just turn off the CPR so everything looks clean, the chart looks clean. See, there's so much of call selling here. So in case the global market remains bullish over the weekend, we could see a good short covering and a good move on the upside. See, the open interest, there's a good resistance at 36,700 even for next week. And there is a very good resistance at 37,000. So when we come up, we might take some resistance at 37,000. And on the downside, we have a good support at 36,500. So any dip towards 36,500, as I mentioned earlier, the support zone I've marked, right? Any dip towards this, probably in the opening itself or towards the later part of the day, we can see a good upside. And for some reason, if this support breaks, my view will turn bearish on intraday basis. For some reason, if this support breaks, if we break 36,500, right, the low of this zone breaks, I would become bearish with the lower levels as the target, the lower green zones as the target. So that is for Bank Nifty. Now let's just have a check. Before that, I just want to show you one thing on a daily chart. See, today we have made a pretty indecisive move, right? This is like a doji candle where we cannot decide the trend of the market. Why I'm saying bullish is we did have a pretty consolidated move from past few days, that is in this zone. See, we have consolidated in this zone, pretty much in this zone for almost 2.5 days. So there might be a good breakout or a breakdown of this zone for sure. So that's what I'm betting on. Now coming to Nifty, these are the levels that I marked on the 15-minute chart. Yesterday we had a pretty good sell-off in Nifty. I believe this was news based, but we traded only in Banknifty, so we didn't capture anything on the Nifty side. So for coming for the trade possibilities for Monday, let me just turn on the CPR. So even today the CPR in Nifty was wide, so we remained pretty sideways. There were a couple of good sell opportunities, but majority of the day we were on the sideways, right? Now the blue line that I marked is nothing but the all-time high. See, this you can see in your naked eye itself, right? This level is forming a good resistance zone, this red zone that I marked. So on Monday, if this is taken out on the upside, yeah, we could see the all-time high again. That's about 37,430. I do have a view we might touch 17,500 is also possibility probably in this month. Nifty is looking a little sluggish compared to Bank Nifty because we already had a pretty good move from, say, even from 16,400 to almost 1,000 point move, right, in a short span. So there could be some more consolidation. And my other view on Nifty is we could remain in this zone for some time before breaking out. I'll just show that on this chart, on a plain chart, so it'll be more clear. And I'll just shift to an hourly time frame. See, every time we get this type of consolidation, we consolidate and move up. See, now for example, consider this zone, right? We pretty much remained in this zone for almost a month, I think. Almost a month and a half. Then we just expand this, then we broke out again, kind of remained in this consolidation zone, again broke out. Here we had a small consolidation, this is just few hours, probably a day, again broke out. So from the last consolidation, we had a good consolidation I'm seeing this on an hourly chart, so was at 16,600. From here there is no been any sort of consolidation, just been one way up move, right? So, and based on the price action that's happening, I do expect that this could consolidate for a day or two more. Okay, see, now if I just minimize this, you can see consolidation, breakout, consolidation, breakout. That's how the market moves, right, in a bull market. So probably we are in this consolidated phase in Nifty. So that's why I'm assuming that we could remain between this zone that I've drawn, and with plus or minus few points is my view. Now just turning on the CPR for some reason the CPR line is not coming, but we do see the CPR is bullish itself. Even for tomorrow we have the R1 R2 levels also based on the CPR. This line, the whole line would come up probably tomorrow or day after tomorrow. So now coming to the trade possibilities, I would wait for a breakout of this red zone and then probably a retest and then go long with the all-time high as the target. And I'm also following this black trend line, right? In case we break this black trend line, we could see the levels of 17,300 and 17,260 again, and this is the low of 17,220. Even this low is a possibility. So I'll short if this trend line breaks with these as the targets, and I will go long if we break out of this zone, probably a retest, and then go long. The retest might not come, but if it comes, it's good for us, and probably go higher. Let's just look at the open interest for Nifty. So there's a good resistance at 17,400 and a good support at 17,250. So 17,400 is over here. Let's just mark a line. Let's see if even price action we are getting some kind of a yeah, we do have some price action support as well. So in case we go higher, we could take good resistance at 17,400. And if we break out of this, then yeah, the next resistance will come at 17,500. And the strong support at 17,300. We have 17,300 also marked. No, let's see what open interest is showing, right? A good support at 17,300. Even the price action is showing the same thing. We have a good support here. I'll just make this green. So this indicates a stronger support. If the OI data plus your chart is supporting, if two or more data are supporting that, there's a good support, right? If two or more data, then it's a very good support at 17,300 for sure. So this is the trade possibilities that I have for Nifty and Banknifty for Monday. Tomorrow is a holiday. Have a good festival. So that's it for today. In this weekend, I'll be busy even next week. I might miss 1 or 2 videos because of a personal issue. So I'll try and post as much as possible and as soon as possible. And in this video, in this weekend, I'm trying to come up with a CPR reversal logic video. So stay tuned. So that's it, guys, for Monday. Hope you have a good 3 days long weekend and a good trading on Monday. Thank you.